The Fast and Furious films have been a runaway success. Vin Diesel, The Rock, Paul Walker, Jason Statham, and a ton of other stars have appeared in the films, and the grosses have stayed pretty strong. But I couldn't help wondering how long that could continue. Before, we asked what would happen if every movie had one star. But now, I want to go the other way. What if the next Fast and Furious had every star? And I'm talking Brad Pitt, Jennifer Lawrence, Morgan Freeman, Peter Dinklage, screw it, let's go crazy. What would happen to the box office, fan response, and quality of that movie? Here's what I found. First, the movie would gross a ton of money, but only in the first 2 weeks, and totally due to curiosity. After that, it would fade out quickly. The word of mouth, reviews, and quality would all be pretty bad. And besides the weirdness of having so many actors in one movie, it would probably be forgotten within months. This might sound strange, but this has happened before with these types of movies, and I think there are real reasons that it does. You see, we watch movies in the same way we take in real life, which means that we focus on one person and react to things by how they affect that person's life. Now, normally, we are that person, but in movies, we're not involved. So we put that focus on one main character, with the other characters then judged by how they interact with that person. But when movies add a ton of stars, they don't work naturally with our brain. This is because when you have a lot of stars in a movie, the filmmakers are pressured to give each of them a good role. This means something that's emotionally effective and makes them stand out. But the audience only has one person who they will truly identify with, and the extra time taken up by others just gets in the way. So, in order to work smoothly, those extra characters must be backgrounded, or orbit around the main character. So, with these movies, even if you can understand what's going on, you have a harder time connecting to it emotionally. But it doesn't stop there. You'll notice that a lot of times ensemble movies don't just get an empty reaction from viewers. They actually get a bad one. Which is weird when the cast consists of so many people who are likable by themselves. And what's more, even if you structure the movie perfectly, with one star as the main character, this bad reaction will still happen. The reason, of course, is outside the movie, and happens before the movie is even released. Because, like we've said, the audience aren't the only ones whose emotions affect the result of the movie. The filmmaker's feelings can do it too. And certain things can throw off a filmmaker's ability to tell how their movie is working, especially because people only have a handful of feelings to deal with a large number of situations. Like, for example, when making a movie that makes us feel accepted or of high status. A filmmaker who's hanging out with big-name actors who give him that feeling can forget to put that in the movie itself, including forgetting to have a morally satisfying ending, which is really important. The pleasure from one belief being confirmed is the same as the pleasure from any other. And it's easy to forget to heat your food when your hand's on fire. But even worse, when the movie isn't working, but the cast is clearly having a good time.
It's Julia. Who's this?
It's Julia.
It actually can make the audience feel left out. This is the opposite of confirmation. It presents something that people don't like to feel. And if audiences sense that, they cannot turn it off. Our brains do not actually separate fiction from reality, only one situation from another. And the movie and everything around it are judged as one situation. So, if the movie makes us feel bad for any reason, fictional or real, that will affect the whole thing. But of course, we tend not to know this. So our imaginary all-star movie, even if it's otherwise good, would get a lot of reviewers that either praise its quality without liking it, or that hate it, but can only guess why. The result of all this will be a box office freefall, after people's curiosity about the movie wears off, because it won't get repeat viewers or good word of mouth. There are a lot of things that can happen to a movie besides just being a huge hit or box office bomb. And hopefully here we showed one example of that. And also hopefully that the process of making a great movie isn't always about piling things on, but instead focusing on only a few things and doing them well. If you liked this vid, click the bell and talk to you later.